sorry, but it was like the wrong side, so I needed to change it. But we should be good now. Hi Sunny. Hi Irina. Oh, zonder geluid. Allemaal goed toch? Hi everyone. I will do this one in English because I had some requests. Well, I had some international people saying they would come, and some international customers wanted to watch back the live we did last week, and it was all in Dutch, of course, because we only had Dutch people watching. So, but it's difficult for them to watch it back. So I will do it in English today. Just gonna give it one more minute to see if people still come in, and then we'll get started. Well, I'll get started on showing the supplies. I guess that's fine. We'll do 2 cards today. At least we'll try, as always. And we're gonna use for the first one the Sassy Clip Ghosty paper pad, which is a super fun Halloween paper pad, but I also use it for all year round because we also have like these stars and stripes and everything that can be used all year round. Then the main focus, I suppose, of this card would be the Halloween set. It's the end of August release from the Sassy Club. It will come in soon, so we'll be using that. We also be using the slime alpha die. Then from non-foam we'll use the birch trees die. Sassy Club again, the La Busy stamp set, which is back in stock again, everyone, which is great. And then I'm using the candy baskets and the shaker dice for the candy basket, because of course, if you guys know me, it needs to be a shaker card. And then I'm using the Craft Lab nested square dice. So that is basically it for the first card. So let's start with inking. I have prepared a few things again. I have some grass, which we will start with. Let me grab my paper towel. How is everyone doing? Everyone crafting or just watching? What you guys up to? I'm gonna start. This is apple, by the way, from the stamp market. Hoi Sylvia. And then I'm gonna shade it with some cactus. Also from the stamp market. Good, and you just watching? Yes, also good. I've been a busy day. I was a bit behind preparing everything, but we made it. There we go. That's our grassy board. I'm just gonna plop that here. Well, the second card we'll be doing today will be Wednesday themed and a new shop die. Also from the end of August release, so we'll be in soon as well. Okay, now let's grab our square panel. And I wanted to do, I already have green on this mask thing, and I always wonder where I get all the ink splotches from me. Just kind of debating on which color sky I want. I think I want purple. Surprise. Just watching and relaxing. Awesome. I'm gonna use lilac and wisteria, you guys. Do I want a cloudy stencil? I think I do. So I'm just gonna grab my waffle flower cloudy stencil. I also have a, let me show you, I can find it, long foam one. That will make some bigger clouds. The top one is long foam, the bottom one is waffle flower. And I'm in the phase where I use waffle flower one most. I go back and forth, to be honest. And you guys already recognize it by now, but that moon mask stencil again from Tim Holtz. It's not a favorite or something. It's just I love it. Ooh, lots of steps. Yes, that is one of the binders I have for it. I have 3. The second one is just as full, I feel, but the third one is not as full. It's the Christmas and Halloween stencils I have in there. And not as much as the normal ones, but yeah. I do love my inking, so I love stencils. I have way too much. I need to like go through them again and put some for sale, but you know. Okay, so I colored it in with wisteria, and then we'll go in with lilac with our stencil. Just gonna give it some subtle clouds. If you want more visible clouds, you could leave off the base layer of ink. Can't have enough. No, exactly. I love stencils. They're not too expensive, and it's just so easy to create a fun background with them, isn't it? We'll do one more. I don't think it shows, but better be safe than sorry. There we go. And then for the moon, I actually want to go with the very light blue. So I'm going to use Breeze. And first, just sort of blend that in. There we go. And then I'm gonna see if powder blue is dark enough to make the details of the moon. Otherwise, I'll just grab cerulean. Ooh, okay, that is dark enough. Cool. There we go. And then the only thing that needs a little bit more inking, so I'm just gonna set this one aside for now, is this is that candy bucket, the shaker add-on. This is the frame, and I always like to add a little bit more shading to it. There we go. I think that is all the inking we need for this card. So I am gonna clean up my desk. Shaker, my favorite. Yes. Same, Sylvia. I love shakers. Both of the cards today will be shakers, actually. I just couldn't help myself. And also I want to get through my stash of sequins and shaker bits. So, you know, making shakers definitely helps. And my Halloween one is getting, well, empty I wouldn't say, but emptier. Okay, there we go. Let me check if that's all the inking. I think it is. So, the idea, I cannot pronounce that word for my life, but you guys know what I mean. Is I got this paper from that ghosty paper pad from the Sassy Club. Out of that square. And a caressy border as well. This will be our base, so I'm just gonna attach that already. Love the colors, thank you. And then we'll splatter it and make our shaker bucket, and then we'll switch to the second card I was thinking, so the splattering can actually dry a little bit. So only downside about lights that the splattering, which I always love to add, but it does need some drying time, of course. Did I actually, oh, I had last month, I put a card together and it was like this, like it was upside down, the how it opens. Not the end of the world, but do you guys want the screen more zoomed in, or is it good like this? Because I can zoom in a bit, but just wondering. Okay, let me see if we can get that as straight as possible. There we go. It's good. Okay. Good to know. And then we'll layer this crusty border. And then basically, that will be the base. No, wait. Oh, I almost did it wrong again, guys. Oh, I want this to move up a little, because I do have these birch trees from Long Fawn, like I said. And I do want to make them a little bit, use them for our background. I am going to cut a piece off. They're a bit long. And I do want splatters on these ones as well, so you can just attach it already. I think my sky is a bit darker than I wanted it to be, but hey. We'll add some white splatters anyway. That helps a bit, maybe. Oh God. Come on. Yeah, better. And we also have a skinnier one. I do need to make sure that my sentiment still fits in between. Okay. Then maybe we switch it around and start with the thinner one on this side and the larger one here. There we go. still lift this up? Yeah. We sure can. I'm being very messy with my glue today. Okay. Just touch that. It's a bit too long. There we go. Okay, that's good. And I'm thinking I want the other part of the sentiments to have splatters as well. I got these from that slime alpha dye from the Sassy Club. I love these letters. They have like this strip. And I got it from black, 2 pieces of white, and then purple and blue. And just layered it together. I'm thinking I want that there. I'm just gonna take our shaker bucket to kind of see. I think just in the middle there should be good. Because I feel like they can use some splatters. So see, black, a little bit off to the side. And then 2 pieces of white for some dimension. And then the color on top of the white part. Love the trees. Thank you, Sylvia. Gaaf zeg. Dankjewel, Sandy Lief. Oh, they are so cool letters. Yes, I love this. Sorry, I bumped my camera there. I absolutely love these alpha dyes from the Sassy Club. They are so good for Halloween. Or for like food themed stuff. Like, sure, the slime can be Halloweeny, but it can also be chocolate. Dripping chocolate, for example. There we go. Place that there. I feel like I really, let's see if the camera is better like this. It was standing good and then I bumped it. Yeah, that's better. This is all the parts I want splatters on, not on my the rest of my sentiment. It says Happy Halloween. We'll stamp that later. It comes from that Halloween stamp set, but I do want splatters on this. So I am gonna put all of this safely away, so hopefully I don't get any white splatters on there. They will also fit really well with the Ghostbusters. Yes, they also, Sassy Club also has a slime frame actually. Did I send that card with someone's order already? I think I did. Otherwise I could show it, but it's also a slimy frame with certain openings, like 6 openings I think, and then also there's the slime thing around it. Well, we have it available in the web shop, so if you want to see it, you can look for slime frame or under the Halloween section, but it's really good. I'm using the Spellbinders Splatter White. I just put something on my glass board, add a little bit of water, and then with a paintbrush, just a cheap one from the Action, and then I'll just add some details to it. Yeah, okay, that lightens up that background. I found it a bit too dark, but with the white splatters is fine, I guess. So I was going for more of a pastel color scheme today. Yeah, and you can add as much or as little as you want. As you can see, I love my splatters. So I'll just set that aside for now. Yes, with the frame and Slimer. Yes, that works really well with the Ghostbusters as well. And this indeed too. So good. Okay, let's clean up the white real quick. There we go. Then in the meanwhile, we can create our shaker bucket. Candy bucket, shaking bucket. Okay. Look, the normal one has this base piece die and also a face, which I also cut actually, so we'll add that, and other faces and a hat and all kinds of goodies. But if you want to make it a shaker, you need the shaker add-on. This has that frame and also a handle, but I'm not using a handle today. But and I just stacked it up 7 times. See, so I got the orange from the base candy basket and the frame from white from the add-on, and 1 time from orange. What I always like to do to make sure your shaker shake well is use some anti-static powder, which you also use for heat embossing, and just go alongside your edges here to make sure that it's not sticky anymore. That really does help to get them moving. Then I just rid off a bit. I'm using, this is a Pretty Pink Bush shaker, Halloween shaker mix from last year, I believe, but a lot of brands have it. I want it nice and full, to be honest. Like that. This one is a bit, sometimes you have like these too big pieces when you get clay mixes. They are too large. Okay. I already attached some double-sided tape. Just gonna get a little jar to put the backings in. I'm wondering if I can finish this card first, actually, since that white splatter white from Spellbinders actually dries quite quickly. Just gonna lay it onto a piece of acetate. Then use my bone folder to burnish that in. And then we can just cut off the overhang, because I find acetate doesn't die cut very well. Because you could die cut the base die from the base set out of acetate and use that as your frame, acetate frame, but I find that acetate doesn't really die cut well for me, so I usually just cut off the pieces. There we go. And then we can just, if you want anything in your basket, like here on the top, something coming out of it, do it now before you attach your acetate frame. I decided no, because it would overlap my sentiment and my boo, so I'm not going to now. I did make one last year where I had some of the stamps, like the critters coming out of it, but this time no, because of the sentiment placement. I'm also going to use, oh, my glue is not, there we go. A little of glue just for some added wiggle room. Go, making sure it's all nice. Main thing before we attach this, do we still need this for anything? No, okay. There we go. Look at that cutie. And then I was thinking it would be fun to attach the face to it. You could leave it off, obviously, but I do like it for this one. feel like it fits the Labubu theme quite well. To have a little face on it. Also, you guys, our October challenge started today. You can upload up to 3 Halloween projects using the TheStampStop products, and you can win a €10 gift card. So be sure to add your projects in our Facebook group. We have an album for the October challenge, or add it on our Instagram, the TheStampStop challenge 10 hashtag. It's all in the posts if you wanna look it up, but always fun to see what you guys make. Okay, there we have this. Then I grabbed this one. Where did I? Oh yeah. It's from the Halloween set. I cut off the, what's it called, keychain part, and just went with a white jelly roll pen over those black lines here. And we used this one, and I used the La Busy stamp set to stamp in his face. Let me see how dry this is, you guys. Oh, that's pretty dry. Oh, cool. Now we can just keep going. This one will go here. Oei meis. Do we? Oh, maybe I do. No. Oh, God. The decisions. No, I think I will leave them off at the bottom, and then I will add some bats into the sky. Bats are always a great idea when you feel like you need more on a Halloween card. So we can attach this one already. Yes, you like it more on the top. I think I will just use the bats, to be honest. Yeah, that's cute. I like it nice and full because it is a candy bucket, of course. There we go. And then this one needs some foam tape here because it overlaps our frame, of course. I'm using the Pear Blossom Press World's Best Foam Tape for this and also for our next card. I'll show you, but it's the best foam tape there is, you guys. It's thicker, so for shaker cards. Now I cut the frame 7 times, but you could also use one layer of this amazing tape and to make your shaker. And it works with the Pear Blossom lights, of course, but I also use them for shakers. I'll show that on the next card as well. Okay, let me see. I mean, these are so cute. I don't understand how I hated the Labubus in the beginning anymore. As you can see, that one is not colored yet. I will move on, I think, to the next card time-wise, and then maybe color him off camera, because we have some coloring to do for our next card as well. So if you were looking forward to coloring, we still need to do it on the other one as well. So I kind of forgot to color this one, to be honest, beforehand. So we'll leave it like that. Then I should have done that before. It's going well, isn't it? But Boo, Happy Halloween, as they wanted there, of course. So, gonna see if I can still make that happen, or if I need to use an acrylic block. But with sentiments, I'm always scared to do that. And otherwise, I might heat emboss it on a black piece of paper and then just fussy cut it out maybe. Okay. Oh, I think we can manage to do it with our Misty. That white splatter actually dries very fast. I love it. Especially with life. Then I can remember that if I want to splatter on the life, this white one does work. Yeah. Yes. Happy Halloween. And like I said, I'll probably add like some sparkly bad die cuts viermuizen in the sky. I do love that. Maybe some Carolina Sand enamel dots. But first, we will move on to the next cards. Because I think you guys get the idea of the candy bucket. You could do it with, without a face. You could put some stuff in here. And inspiration for the Halloween set. The slime frame alpha. This is not the slime frame. The slime alpha die. You know. There we go. If we have time, I'll definitely finish it on camera, you guys. But I think the general idea is fun. Yeah, some candy, yeah. Yeah, like I said, this card wasn't prepared fully. I kind of forgot because I was focused on getting the second card prepared actually, because I thought I had this one all prepared, but apparently I did not. But I think the important parts I've showed, how to create the shaker and everything. You can add candy beds, whatever you want, of course. Okay, next one, you guys. Wednesday, like I promised. Okay. So like I said last week, I did order some Wednesday sets with the end of August release that is coming soon. Not much because it's new, but we can always order it when we take pre-orders for the September release. So today I'm going to use Be Afraid, I'm going to use Wednesday, I'm going to use the window, and I'm going to use Thing, the hand. And here I'm going to use Tyler, a crazy person, and I've got a thing for you as a thing. See, I love those ones. Gonna use that from Popsicle Sticks, which we placed our order at yesterday, which was so fun that we got enough pre-orders to order from her, from Davina. I'm using the Admit one, A7 layer dice, just this bigger one. It makes a very nice size. And last, we will use the shop die, which will be in soon as well. Also from the end of August release. Since I got this, I was craving to use it. So we are. Okay. I prepared some things. There we go. My card base. And okay, let's start from like the beginning. I used the Davina frame die, and I used the waffle flower stencil we used on our previous card as well to create like a sky. On the half I did gray and black, and here I did Selva's Patina and black, and then some no, I didn't splatter it because it will get covered up quite a lot. So I'm just gonna attach this to our card base here. There we go. That's one. Then I made this, which looks like a big old mess at the moment. I'm gonna explain. The slime frame will be really good with Wednesday as well, definitely. I used this base piece of the shop frame die to cut this one out. Then after I cut that out, I lined in that piece the window to create a window piece. Yeah, so once with this one, and once you get out of it, you'll align the window and run it through again, and then you get this piece. Here I've got a thing for you on some black cardstock and heat embossed it off camera and attached it there. But this is how I got that. Then I got another one. This one, a base piece. As you can see. You can open the door if you want to. I think I can still show it with this one. No, I did like glue it down with some tape here, but it is a die cut, so you can open it and close it if you want to. I added some black behind the door and some black behind the window, as you can see here. And then I added this window from the frayed stamp set inside here, already colored. So, and this will be a shaker, that's why. And here I used that Purple Blossom Crest wool best foam tape. It's nice thickness for shakers, it works just perfectly. Then the window I cut out of some blue, and then I cut these pieces. Hello, nice to see you. Here I got this piece also out of some turquoise aqua color, and then shop out of white. I cut this base piece again out of just this part out of aqua as well, and I then just cut out the door with some scissors so I can have it in a different color. Then this piece I cut out of red and one time out of white, and then I just fussy cut the white pieces and layered them so you get a different layer. I just looked up the coffee shop where Tyler works from Wednesday, and I saw it was brick wall. So, you know, brick wall, yeah. And I saw it had like these aqua windows and doors and stuff. So I felt like going with that color scheme, and it had like these, I don't know how you call these. I'm not even sure I know how to call these in Dutch at the moment. But it had red and white from this. And the shop. So, yeah. And this will go on here. And I also created a small piece of road. Yeah. With a cobblestone novel stencil actually. So let's start putting this one together. I am gonna do my trick again with the anti-static powder on inside here on the sticky parts of our tape to help the sequins shake better. And then clean it up. But I saw this shop die and I was like, yeah, Tyler from Wednesday works at a coffee shop, like this will work very nicely together. I am gonna cover it up a little bit, the frame, the window. I do wanna kind of still be able to see it. So I'm not gonna put too terribly much this time. And here I already, I hope, yes, prepared some double-sided adhesive. On most parts this was a bit too thin, so I'm gonna glue that. I hope it's a bit clear how you can turn this into a shaker, you guys. I hope I explained well. Could also make it a flat card, of course, but if you want to make it a shaker, it's rather easy. Or more interactive by leaving the door open so you can close it and open it. It's also pretty fun. I have so much ideas with the shop die. Or you could do a shaped card, so the shape of the card will just be this shop frame instead of the card base, which will also be fun. Okay, I love this new novel too. The only thing is that it's round, so it keeps rolling. There we go. And then I just got a piece of acetate. And I am trying to align it as good as possible, but if it's overhanging, we can always just cut off the excess. I am gonna, there we go. Nice. I think I will actually start layering this piece and stuff on already. Normally, if I would make this a flat card, I would definitely use foam like behind this to pop it up a bit. But this will already be quite a thick card since we have turned it into a shaker. So I think I'll just glue it on this time. Hi Melanie, leuk dat je er bent. So let's get this pretty even. There we go. Oh, I need to leave some space to add our window piece. Ah, I already put double-sided tape behind it. Yay! I'm so happy with myself. Only not with the first card, because I thought I had it all prepared, and then I had not. But then it was 10 minutes before the live, so. But we might still have time to finish it off, actually. Look at the time now. Or, well, actually, we still need to call it Wednesday. Okay. I also posted another card. When was it? Monday, I believe. Was it Monday? Or was it yesterday? I don't remember, you guys. But also using the Wednesday set. There we go. Nice window frame. So this die doesn't come with layering pieces. Like, it doesn't come with a die for the door. It doesn't come with like an extra die for these wide layering pieces. But you can create your own by just die cutting it out of 2 colors and then just fussy cut it. So you can get some more and different colors in there if you want to. Which does make the die cheaper, because you know you don't have to pay for all those extra detail pieces. You can just cut it yourself. There we go. And then I want to add this shop one. Like I said, normally I would probably pop it up, but with shakers I don't like to pop too much up. It's already quite a fat card. You could, but then I would definitely hand deliver it, or in a letterbox package or something like that. But it's just me. And then we can start peeling that out. Look at that. And you got a Wednesday themed shop. I love it. Just go. Okay. Let's take all this off and try not to spill all the shaker bits. That has happened to me before, guys. I am gonna add some glue again for some wiggle room. I did make it into 2 shaker compartments by adding this piece here. You could leave it as one, but I find this more handy than both just have their own little sequin area. Okay, then we can attach this one. There we go. Look how cute. I need to move this a little bit. Just, I can never get things straight. There we go. That's better. Look at that. And like this you still see the window, see? Cool. Shoot, you can combine it with the lamp on or the open and close mechanism. Ooh, I'm not sure if that's the same size. I don't have that die set anymore. It's sold out. Otherwise, I would have grabbed it and see if it's the same size. But if you have that one, then I can definitely measure this door for you. So you can see if it's the same size as the 1.1. Because if it's the same size, it should definitely work for you. I'm just gonna add some of those foam bits here to make it a bit more sturdy, you guys. And then we'll add a little piece. I'm just gonna cut this one in half. To add some here for our roads. My hairs are going everywhere today. Okay, let me. Yes, I think this is so fun. So if you know the size, Sylvia, or you can look it up, measure it from your stairs, and I can see if it's the same size. Would be a fun idea to combine it with that long-form interactive indeed. Maybe have thing pop out of it if you use it with Wednesday as well. Okay. I'm just gonna grab it real quick, you guys, because I cannot see otherwise if it's somewhat straight. So you definitely need a bigger card base than your normal size if you use this on a card. You could, like I said, also use this as the card shape. So you don't need a card behind it. Oh, I bumped it again. Sorry. I'm just gonna, and I want to add a little bit more foam. Like here, because it's a bit flimsy otherwise. There we go. And there we go. Makes it a bit more sturdy. Okay, then I did color some images. We will color Wednesday together. I colored our freaky teacher here, Tyler, and Thing. How cute. And I've got a thing for you. Like, Thing here is fun, but also, like, she has a thing for him, she has a thing for him. Like, I just thought it would be funny. Just gonna see where I want this to go. It's a lot of foam tape piecing because you turn it into a shaker and it overlaps. But, I mean, it's not the biggest issue. I also added some glossy accents to her glasses. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it has a bit of a shine in real life. I always like to do that on all glasses. Well, always when I remember, because usually I forget, but this time I remember. So let's add our teacher right here. Then we can add Tyler. I think I want him a little bit more in the middle because I that window is the best part, I always feel, so I want that shown more than the door. Well, visible more than the door. And then let's pop him up a little bit higher than our crazy teacher there. Just adds it a bit more fun. I think it go, she could go a little bit higher here again. I will look it up. Yeah, sure. You can always just message me and if you still need the sizes of this door. Okay. And I'm gonna add thing right there. And I wanna add a little bit of white highlights here and there. I keep bumping it. I'm sorry, guys. Thing like that. Now we'll add Wednesday there. I think that will be fun. Okay, I did set aside my markers that I want to use, so that's good. I'm gonna use my Ola markers today and start coloring her in. It's not too difficult because most of it is black. Just gonna start with her face here. You can use any type of alcohol markers, of course, or if you prefer watercolor, it's also fine. Oh, and then I'm using OR 7.2. These are this is my all-time favorite, like, skin tone color combination. Even if I use my Ohuhu markers, I still grab this color combination for skin. If I want a bit of a thicker skin, darker skin, I start with 7.6 instead of 7.4. There we go. And then I do want to add a little bit of pink cheeks. This is R 5.3. Then let's use a CG9, it's just a dark cool gray for her shirt here. It's like black or white, and yeah. And for the white part, I'm gonna use the CG1. It's just very, very light. It's barely visible. Also gonna use it for her little socks there. And then for her jacket, I'll use the CG7 as the darkest color. I probably should have zoomed in for this, didn't I? Then I'll also use it for the top part of her skirt, and I'll use the CG9 again for her shoes. There we go. And then we'll go with the CG5 to shade out that, or shade out, color in actually the jacket, because we already shaded it with R7. What kind of alcohol markers do you guys use? What brand? I'm very curious because so many people, so many preferences. Or do you use watercolor or pencils? What do you guys use? There we go. And then for her hair, I hate coloring hair, you guys. I'm not that good at it. But I'm gonna make everything CG7. Apart from her elastic bands. Watercolors. Alina says, yeah, I have never, well, yes, that's not entirely true. I have tried Zig markers, which I do love from time to time. I just sort of keep forgetting that I have them, but I should use them again sometime. But not with like watercolor that's not in the pen, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There we go. Have you ever tried alcohol markers, Elena? Or you're just like, I like my watercolors, I'm gonna stay with that. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of details with the CG9. Like I said, if you want to learn how to color hair, definitely don't look at me. I'm not the best at it. I'm just trying not to be too neat and sort of add some darker parts. Sorry, need to have a drink. Let me check. Melody says, for the alcohol markers from the action, we're looking for a better kind, but don't know where to start. Elena, at the Art Specialty Expo, but she finds it difficult, alcohol markers. Yeah, alcohol markers do take like a bit of practice and getting used to. I feel everything does. I mean, I'm sure if I start watercoloring, it's not good either. So it does take some practice. And for where to start with alcohol markers, I mean, everyone has their preferences, and also everyone has their wallet, I always say. Also depends on your budget and also how much you want to spend on it. Because most people know the Copic markers, I think. Not started with those. I started with Spectrum Noir actually. But I colored with Copic markers for a long time. But they kept breaking ever since the son took over the company from the dad. The quality just went down, if you ask me. The old Copic markers didn't have that issue, but the new ones do. So personally, I would never recommend Copic, not at this point in time. And they are very expensive. That is what makes it even worse, that they keep breaking down. Then you have the ones I'm using, Olo. They're a bit cheaper than Copic, not much though, still quite expensive. I love them. What I love about them, if you don't have enough space to store your markers, is like, see, this is one color, the B0.5 and this B0.6. And in half of this marker is just as much ink as a full marker from another brand. So it's the same amount of ink, but in half of it. Also, we never use those chisel tips that we get, right? Here you can just go with your brush. And if you do want a fine nib from the same color, you could buy one with a fine and attach it to the other side, for example. But I only actually use the brush nibs. And then I just have two colors, screw them together, and I can see, oh, these two shade together as well. And I have storage for one pen instead of two. But they are expensive. If you want a good, like, I'm just gonna put some foam tape on Wednesday as well, you guys. If you want to have an affordable option to start with, I highly recommend Ohuhu markers. I will show them in a bit. Let me first attach Wednesday. But they are very affordable and they work well, especially if you... Sure, Copic does work better, but you pay so much more money. And Ohu does work a lot better than from the Action, for example. It is a really good marker. Like, it's coming close to Olo, if you ask me. And it's coming close to Copic. Not quite, but it's close. And you pay much less money for it. So I would definitely suggest, especially if you are beginning, to start with some Ohu markers. Show them in a bit. But like I said, everyone has their own preferences and their own wallets. So, do you sell the Olo or Ohu in your shop? No, Ohu is sold by Be Creative Shop. Be Creative Shop. Also a shop from the Netherlands. Olo, I know, is sold by Duading. But you can also buy from Olo themselves. Because they have a European warehouse. So no extra costs. If you spend, I believe, €70, you get free shipping and no VAT and everything. So you can also order from Olo marker themselves. If you do, it would be appreciated if you use my affiliate link. It's not needed, but you can. But if you want to have a more budget-friendly one, I definitely suggest the Ohu ones. Okay. Well, you guys, look at that. I really like this idea. I'm very happy I got to use that shop die and the Wednesday set. I will show the Ohu markers real quick. Thank you, Melanie. These are the Ohu markers. I have the one with, again, the brush nib. And on the other side I have the fine. Which can come in quite handy sometimes for small bits, actually. They also have one with a chisel. That's a really broad nib. I never use it personally, so I would suggest getting this. But here you have one color in this. And like I said, this takes up the same amount of space, but you have two colors. So these you can refill as well. So you buy this one time, and then after you buy the refills if it's running empty, and you can buy new nibs. This one, I believe, in Europe there's still no refills available, just new nibs they are, I believe, and new markers in general. Then again, they are way cheaper, so it's not an issue to buy a new marker. With this, you want to refill, it's cheaper than the new color basically and the nibs. So like I say, it all depends on your budget and what you want to do with it, how many times you use it. And also expos, like workshops on expos, or people standing on expos that sell them. You can always try them out there as well. Where can I find your affiliate links? You can find them on my Instagram and then in my bio at the link section, or you can find a YouTube video, and then in the description box my affiliate link for Olo marker is listed there. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna color this one in real quick. If you're done, then that's all good, but I kind of want to at least attach this one. Then we'll just add some candies and bats later, but then we sort of finished 2 cards. Yay! Yes, if you cannot find it later, then just let me know. I will, link it to you, but it should be in my profile or below on my YouTube video. Okay, here I'm just gonna use that same skin color combo. If you do buy Olos, I would suggest OR 7.6, 7.4, 7.2, 7.1. That's just my ultimate skin color combination, and I know you like Sassy Club, so you probably will be needing some skin color combinations. Okay. I'm just gonna color over the teeth, you guys. I always just like to add in that detail with white jelly roll pen instead. I have to just find it more easy than trying to avoid it. then for the rest, yeah, where to start? It's difficult to choose colors in the beginning, but what I personally do when I started for going from Ohu to Olo, for example, is start by how to say this? One color like skin tones, for example, is a good one. You want like a gray. Start with like the medium, the CG5 and the CG7, for example. Then you can always get the darker and the lighter ones later. Get one red color combination. Get one blue color combination. Sure, you have many. They have many interesting colors, but just try to have at least two that blend together from each color, and then you can always later get like a darker purple, a lighter purple, or you get a light blue now and then you can get a dark blue, you know. But at least make sure they blend together. The coloring system, like this is the BV 1.1, BV 1.2. It's kind of self-explanatory that these two blend together. Another shop is Norris. Oh, I didn't know they had it now as well. I thought just do it in, but yeah. So I'm just using this. I used it here, this purple for the head and the book. So now this Labubu is going purple. There we go. Then I did add some colored pencils to this one actually. So I am gonna do that on this one as well, otherwise it will look weird. Just gonna add a bit of brown. There we go. And then we also need some oranges. Where is my favorite orange gone to? Let me take a look, you guys. There we go. Ah, they just got the... That's why I don't know. Oh, if that's 15 minutes drive, I would definitely try them out. Just ask if you can try some. I'm sure it will be fine. Because it is such a personal thing. And, I mean, they are too expensive if you don't like them. Let's be honest. I know Dive in the Water here, well here it's close for me, they don't have them, but they do have like Go Bigs and I don't know, so many other speculum noirs. They have Faber-Castell pencils and all the things, and you can always try them out there. So I think like if you sell something like that in a physical shop that you can try them out. Sounds logical to me, but okay. Added some detail with our orange. Now we need a purple, which is always a bit of an issue because I don't really have a... Maybe I need to bring my BV markers to just dive in the water actually, so I can kind of try out a pencil that works with it. There we go. Ah, so cute! Purple is my favorite color, some of you may know, so I always love a purple Labubu. So sweet. Still doubting if I want it on the top. Okay guys, let's do a little vote. Should he be on the top here and then add candies here and beds there? Or should he go here and then just add candies here and beds there? What should we do? How many Halloween cards have you made now? Oh god, I don't want to count. Okay, let's sort of count because I literally do, I don't know the exact amount, you guys. I need 8 for a Halloween swap I do. So that's 8. I believe on camera I made a wallflower one. I made, well, the sassy one. This sort of, yeah, well, not really. Okay, let's not count that one. 8, 9, 10. I think like 30 or 40, to be honest. If you also count like this little ATC cards I do in you guys' orders and stuff, then probably even more. But the cards, probably like 30 to 40, I think. And October, it's 1 October, you guys. So there will be more Halloween cards coming. Like October hasn't even started yet. It's crazy. Bottom, Melanie says, yeah, I'm leaning towards bottom as well, you guys. But I'm kind of doubtful today, so. How many Halloween cards did you guys make though? Someone made just as many. I'm very curious, or even more maybe. I know Elena loves Halloween as well, and Sylvia, you do too, so. Just gonna add some white highlight as well, you guys. I always love my white highlight details. There we go. Yay, cute. Okay, let's attach this one then. Melanie said bottom, I say bottom, so bottom it is. Elena, 1 card and 4 art journal pages. Wow. Okay, but like 4 art journal pages take longer than a card, right? So that counts for like what? 10 cards? Melanie, I love Halloween, but don't send out much. I have 4 cards, 10 candy boxes, and some HCs. Well, that's quite a lot as well. I always had that issue as well with like Halloween cards not being able to ship them. Since the web shop, like, it's fun because I can just put them in orders and still create my favorite season. But also Halloween swaps with some crafty friends, you know, that's already 8 that I need to make. So those sort of things does help. And an ATC swap group, for example. Yes, yeah, I thought so. That would count for like 10 cards. So basically you made 11. I never made one, an art journal card, but or art journal page, but I feel like they would take way longer than a card. I did saw some sneaks in your stories on Instagram, Elena, so it does look pretty good. Okay. Just put them on there. Okay, next week's live. I think I will either be using Sassy Club again, because I have some other fun ideas with the shop tie. And what more? There was something else I wanted to show next week. I don't remember. Anyway, the shop tie. But then something completely different than what we did now. Probably will be a shaker again because I just cannot help myself. But otherwise, totally different vibe. Or I will do popsicle sticks or Trinity stamps. And Trinity stamps maybe sound weird. I'm doing a guest for Trinity stamps in October, November, with their Christmas release. It's really good. It's still, we don't restock Trinity stamps at the moment because it didn't sell that great for us. But this release, you guys, is so good. Like, I wanted to buy it myself. Like, I loved it. So I am gonna see if I can do that in a live as well, just to show off the products, because I feel like it's a pretty new brand to people as well and they don't know it well. And I love that release, and I'll just see and make something with that as well. It's so good. And then we can always see if they have enough to do pre-orders for it, or if I'm the only one that's super excited about that Trinity release. If you are curious, you can already check out the Trinity Instagram page, Trinity Stamps webshop, and then look for new. Those are some of the products I will be showing then, and all through Instagram as well, whole month. But yeah, it's a really good release. So Sassy Club or Trinity Stamps probably next week. Popsicle sticks I don't expect in next week actually, so probably be the week after. Well, Halloween cards, Halloween pages, I need to see Halloween more for Halloween. Yes, me too, Sophie. It's definitely my favorite to create for. Well, I hope I gave you guys some inspiration for Wednesday, for Halloween. This is coming soon as well. The bucket shop die, you know. And I'll see you guys next week. Maybe Wednesday, maybe on the Friday. Just depends on how I feel and how the week goes. But I will be here Wednesday or Friday probably. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Keep going with the Halloween. Yes, I will do that. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next week.